Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Lesson 2, The Spiritual Basics, Part 2. In today's lesson, we will be discussing chakras, auras, and the intuition. So let's get started. Most of what we talk about today is coming from the book A Little Bit of Auras by Cassandra Eason, as well as Discover Your Psychic Type by one of my favorite authors and psychics, Sherry Dillard. You can purchase both of these books under extra resources down below. So we all have an aura, which is a band of multicolored energy fields that surround our entire body and can reach out up to arm's length. It can reveal our mood, health, personality, and it can be interpreted by others without our or their conscious awareness of it. We interpret other people's energies too, which is why we can immediately click with somebody and become besties, or we can feel somebody's energy and tell that this isn't going to go well. Our auras interact with our environment before we do, which gives checking your energy at the door a whole new meaning. I forgot to turn my lights on. Had to get that rolling. So auras are not just for people. Places, animals, plants, crystals, and even inanimate objects all have their own aura. This is why environment matters so much, because your aura could genuinely not vibe with your job, your home, your city, and you could be wondering like, why do I feel the way that I feel? Your aura just may not blend well with the aura of your environment. These things must be taken into account for your overall wellness and adaptability. This also goes for friends and family too. Aura protection is extremely important as well, as our environment and the things we consume are directly connected to our aura health. So the aura is fueled by our chakras, which are the 7 energy centers of our bodies. It's a mutual connection where the auras fuel the chakras and the chakras fuel the auras. Each chakra is connected to a different layer of our aura and also shares the same color. Our chakras and auras can be empowered or disempowered by the things we consume, our environments, and our connections. They are empowered through love, loyalty, acceptance, community, healthy, clean foods, and water. Our chakras and auras can be disempowered through pollution, electromagnetic fields given off by electronic devices, negative interactions with others, picking up on other people's negative energy, criticism, controlling behaviors, toxic messages or stories on social media, and so much more. We also absorb the energy of the foods we consume. Life feeds life. So fruits and veggies are the best option for strengthening our auras and our chakras. While processed foods can weaken our energy centers, and people have different opinions about consuming dead flesh. The food we eat, the water we drink, and the entertainment that we consume all play into the wellness and vibrancy of our energy centers. So let's talk about how our chakras and our aura layers chit-chat with each other. The root chakra, located at the base of the spine, is connected to the innermost layer of our aura, the etheric layer. This red layer and chakra duo are connected to our basic instincts and physical health. Fight or flight, stamina, anger, aggression, and survival mechanisms live here. This layer also rules the legs, feet, skeleton, teeth, joints, muscles, cell structure, and circulatory system. The sacral chakra, located right below the belly button, is connected to the second layer of our aura, the emotional layer. This orange energy center and aura layer holds our desires. That includes our desires for love, sex, approval, or any addictions we may have. Our intuition, aka our gut feelings, this chakra is right below the belly button, also lives here. This energy layer rules water, hydration, the reproductive system, the bladder, fertility, and is easily affected by stress. Hence, butterflies in the stomach or bubble guts because you're anxious. The solar plexus chakra, located a few fingers above the belly button, is tied to the third layer of our aura, the mental layer. This golden yellow layer is often in overdrive, depending on the state of society and our personal lifestyle choices. It houses our personal power, confidence, determination, and uniqueness. This chakra and aura layer also oversees digestion, the liver, the spleen, gallbladder, abdomen, stomach, metabolism, and lower back, just to name a few. If you are having any complications with the physical organs or body parts that I list for each chakra and aura layer, then that's the chakra that you want to work with in your chakra work. The heart chakra, located in the center of the chest, is connected to the fourth aura layer, the astral layer. This green layer and energy chakra is responsible for our ability and openness to give and receive love, as well as our empathy and understanding of others and ourselves. This layer rules the heart, chest, lungs, blood pressure, circulation, lymph glands, upper back, the skin, and it regulates our body's ability to fight viruses and allergies. The throat chakra, located in the middle of the neck, is connected to the fifth aura layer, the etheric template. Yes, this is different from the first etheric layer. This blue energy center and aura layer are connected to our creativity, communication, expression, development of ideas, and dreaming. If you're having issues with dreams and remembering them, you'll want to work with this chakra. This energy layer rules the throat and speech organs, as well as the neck, shoulders, mouth, jaw, and ears. The third eye chakra, located in the middle of our forehead between between our eyebrows is connected to the sixth aura layer, the celestial body. This indigo layer rules the intuition, imagination, inspiration, nightmares, fears, and phobias. This is where the spiritual and physical meet and can affect each other's wellness. This layer controls the eyes, sinuses, ears, headaches, pituitary gland, and the brain. And last but not least, the crown chakra, located at the top of our head and connected to the seventh layer of our aura, the etheric body, also known as the causal body. This violet color energy center represents the total integration of who we are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. It rules the skull, autoimmune system, all neurological functions, the central nervous system, hair, and the pineal gland. As you can see, each chakra and aura layer are connected to a different part of who we are in our physical bodies. So if you are looking to heal a certain aspect of self, working directly with the chakras is a great way to support our healing process. You can connect with a certain chakra through wearing that chakra's color, eating bright colored fresh fruits and veggies, or through crystal work. Now let's get into the next topic, intuition. Intuition is not some rare gift that only a few of us hold. We all have this deeply spiritual ability, and with the proper care, blockage releasing, and guidance, we can use it as a dependable internal guidance system. The intuition is that inner knowing, gut feeling, or hunch that is able to guide us without the need for mental reasoning. It's like a divine whisper from our higher selves or our spirit team, nudging us in the right direction. We often feel our intuition in different parts of our body, such as the gut, hence the term gut feeling, the heart, or even a tingling sensation on the skin. Sometimes we get that inner punch that something is off or that we should make a certain decision or take a certain approach. But how often do we actually take a moment to acknowledge that our body, our intuition is communicating with us? The first step to honoring our intuition is acknowledging when a message is being sent in the first place. But a lot of people ask, how do I know if it's my intuition or if it's just my brain in overdrive? Well, the brain sounds like questioning. Can I? Will I? Should I? The brain is not able to predict. It is only able to make assumptions based off of past experiences. That's why it's always going to be a question, because it's not concrete. The intuition, however, is a statement. It's a command. It's a knowing. It's strong, it's firm, and it's clear if you allow yourself to listen. We don't say, what is my intuition asking me? We say, what is my intuition telling me? The intuition knows what it wants, honey. So it's up to us to trust the message being spoken. Our intuition and our spirit team and the universe can send us messages all day long, but it comes down to personal discernment, and we always have free will. So we have to make the decisions and follow the voice that is speaking the most wisdom. You have to build that self-trust. You can start by looking back on an experience where you know your intuition told you to do something or to not do something, and you chose the opposite, and it probably didn't work out too well for you. Yeah. Every single day, every single moment, we're given a new opportunity to listen to that intuition and allow it to guide us into the higher version of ourselves. As you're thinking back, think about, what did your intuition tell you? How did it feel in your body when you picked up on that message? Now is your chance to learn from your past experiences and mistakes. Even if you don't act on your intuitive hunches the first few times, don't worry. The universe has a way of bringing things back around. You'll learn. Did you know that being closed off emotionally can impact your intuitive discernment? That's because intuition in itself is a feeling. So being able to feel it and tap in with it properly requires a deep connection and understanding with yourself, your past experiences, and your emotions. Carrying emotional weight and grudges clogs up your energy centers. It throws off your energy and causes static in your intuitive channel. So how do you emotionally unclog? Forgiveness, release, empathy, and boundaries. Release those grudges. Forgive the people from the past. See people as human beings with their own personal experiences and their own reasons for showing up from their shadow selves. We're going to talk about each of these topics a lot more in depth a little bit later, but I want you to keep this in mind so that once the topic comes up, you can make the connection. But just know that your spiritual attunement relies on your emotional wellness. So be sure to consistently cleanse yourself, ground, and recenter, because the actions of other people and the actions of this world are always going to present something that can be disappointing or hurtful or upsetting. But it is our responsibility to cleanse the energies of other people, their actions, and their words to ensure that our wellness is always intact. This is why our morning and bedtime rituals are so important. They are our anchors. They remind us that we have everything we could possibly need right here inside of us. Another way to help you identify your intuition's nudges is to know your intuitive type. Yes, there are different types of intuitives, and you can be one or several. Knowing your intuitive type helps you identify your strongest channels for receiving intuitive information. The 4 intuitive types are the mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical intuitives. For today's activity, which we will discuss more at the end of this lesson, you all will take a quiz by Sherry Dillard to help you identify your intuitive type. But let's get into how Sherry Dillard describes each of the intuitive types in her book, Discover Your Psychic Type. The emotional intuitive is driven by the heart and should focus on the continuous balance of the heart chakra. They are driven by the desire for transcendental love, connection, passion, and service to others. They tend to be purpose-driven and focused on a soul union with themselves, another, or spirit. Emotional intuitives can feel other people's pain, and they receive psychic and intuitive messages through their emotions. They tend to have emotions that leave just as fast as they come. An emotional intuitive may have a strong sense of fear or sadness before a tragic event happens. This is because they are able to pick up on the emotions of the people that will suffer said event. They may not know what the event is, but they can sure feel that something's brewing. Although the experiences of the emotional intuitive can be quite heavy, they also get to experience the more blissful aspects of life in the deepest ways. They tend to have or seek deeply meaningful and aligned relationships with themselves, a romantic partner, a friend, or a spirit. The journey of an emotional intuitive, good or bad, is through their heart. Now the mental intuitive. Sherry explains that the mental intuitive follows a journey through the conscious, subconscious, and the superconscious, training themselves to be one with the thoughts of God. Their gift is their ability to receive thoughts and messages telepathically, and they are the most likely out of the different intuitive types to be prophets that foretell the future. They have the ability to fully tune into the superconscious, whether they realize they can do it or not. They have an innate desire to understand and are innate truth seekers. They are attracted to the depths of knowledge and intelligence. They tend to be attracted to philosophy, science, spirituality and religion, metaphysics, numerology, astrology, inventing, advanced technology, and other truth-seeking areas. The mental intuitive's challenge in this lifetime is to transcend their thinking from the ego into enlightenment so that they can be aligned with the thoughts of God. They must balance their own thoughts with the messages that they receive and fight the urge to live or be driven by their own mental world. Sherry explains that when a mental intuitive is not balanced, they can be perceived as nutty with poor communication skills when it comes to sharing ideas. They also tend to get overwhelmed by their own thoughts. But the truth is that they're borderline geniuses with the ability to understand things beyond the average person's level. They just need to maintain the internal balance so that they can step up as the true change agents that they're meant to be. Now, the physical intuitive. The physical intuitive is able to experience life through their connection with the natural world. Many physical intuitives see the earth and her creatures as divine, and they are often devoted to healing the earth. They are the Earth's special ones that are able to perceive the spiritual world through their connection with the physical world. Physical intuitives pick up energy like a sponge as messages are channeled through their physical bodies. Because of this, it is so important for them to learn the art of alchemy and transmutation, as well as ensuring that they are getting a routine cleanse of their energy centers. Sherry Dillard explains that their journey is to harmonize heaven and earth so their bodies can become channels for which spirit becomes flesh. They tend to be deeply rooted in their senses, allowing their senses to help them channel intuitive information. They are here to show us that being present is the best place to be. Now, because the physical intuitive is so connected to the physical realm, it can be hard for them to see the spiritual world as real, making their challenge in this life to become conscious of essence and pure spirit. They tend to communicate best in nonverbal ways, such as touch or energy, and you will often find them communicating with the energies of plants, animals, and ancestors, as well as doing some hands-on work, such as acupuncture or herbal medicine. And last but not least, the spiritual intuitive. The spiritual intuitive strength is their innate connection with the non-physical world. They have an otherworldly understanding that the physical is temporary and that the spiritual is eternal. They tend to be relentless in exploring that spiritual world. Their gifts call us into the spiritual world of angels, spirits, spirit guides, ancestors, and beyond. Spiritual intuitives are visiting the physical world and have the challenge of mastering duality. They fully embody the idea that they are spiritual beings having a physical experience. These are typically your people that feel like they don't belong here. Now, goal setting, agendas, and timelines are typically not their strong suits. These rebels tend to have a hard time managing life due to their time doesn't really exist mindset. I think I'm one of them. However, on the bright side, they tend to be very present and open to new outside-of-the-box experiences. They are the thrill seekers that know that their time here is limited, so why not experience it all? Because the truth is that we may not ever come back to this timeline or universe ever again. Their psychic and intuitive energies lie heavily in their sleep state. They are also more likely to have visions that they may or may not know what to do with, see or communicate with spirits, and enjoy astral projecting. Although intuition will make itself known in different ways depending on your intuitive type, we can all develop our intuition more deeply using different techniques such as meditation, regular energy cleansing and grounding, and practicing the art of detachment, aka our ability to step outside of our emotions and see things as they really are. We'll be digging even deeper into intuition and psychic abilities in week 4 when we discuss clairsenses. Remember that you can purchase both of these books down below, and be sure to check out today's activity as well.